You finally reach a goal you chase for months, and the feeling fades almost immediately. You expect lasting happiness, but your mind quietly starts looking for the next thing. It can feel as if satisfaction always stays just beyond reach. But the real reason is far stranger than simple greed. Your ancestors survived because they kept moving instead of settling. A hunter who stopped searching after one successful day risked starving later. A gatherer who ignored the next season could lose everything. Your brain inherited that ancient survival system. It rewards progress more reliably than arrival. Modern life surrounds you with endless goals, screens, and comparisons. Ancient instincts meet infinite opportunities. That combination creates a quiet feeling that something is always missing. Dopamine is often called the pleasure chemical, but works more like a motivation signal. It pushes you toward rewards instead of letting you rest inside them. Neuroscientist Wolfram Schultz helped show that dopamine responds strongly to unexpected rewards and prediction errors. In simple language, your brain becomes excited when reality is better than expected. Once a reward becomes predictable, the excitement shrinks. That is why the new phone, promotion, or purchase can lose its magic. Psychologists call part of this pattern hedonic adaptation. You quickly become used to changes that once felt extraordinary. A larger home becomes normal. A better salary becomes expected. A dream relationship slowly becomes everyday life. Your mind updates the baseline and starts searching again. The same mechanism once helped your ancestors survive harsh environments. If satisfaction lasted forever, motivation could disappear. A tribe that stopped improving tools might fall behind rivals. A family that stopped storing food might not survive winter. Rest mattered, but so did restless curiosity. Evolution often favored the balance between comfort and ambition. Behavioral scientist Daniel Kahneman showed that the experiencing self and the remembering self are not identical. You live through moments one way and remember them another way. Your memory edits reality into a story. That story often exaggerates peaks and endings. Psychologists Daniel Gilbert and Timothy Wilson found that people are surprisingly poor at predicting future happiness. You imagine that one achievement will permanently transform your emotional life. Then ordinary life quietly returns. Social comparison makes the effect even stronger. Your ancestors compared themselves to a small tribe. Today, your brain compares itself to millions of strangers every day. A single scroll through social media can place your ordinary afternoon beside someone else's highlight reel. Your ancient brain was never designed for that environment. Anthropologists believe humans evolved in relatively small social groups. Status inside those groups affected survival and reproduction. So your brain pays extraordinary attention to where you stand. It constantly asks whether someone else has more resources, more allies, or more admiration. That ancient question still echoes in modern cities. It appears in classrooms, offices, and online feeds. The result is not constant misery. The result is constant unfinished business. Even success can create new expectations. Climbing one mountain simply reveals another behind it. Researchers studying reward systems often describe the brain as a prediction machine. It builds expectations and adjusts them continuously. Surprise creates learning. Learning creates adaptation. Adaptation creates a new normal. That cycle never truly stops. But this does not mean happiness is impossible. It means happiness and satisfaction are not exactly the same thing. Satisfaction is often a quiet recognition that enough exists right now. Happiness can appear in moments that have nothing to do with achievement. A conversation beside a fire once strengthened ancient communities. A meal shared with family still activates deeply rooted social instincts. A walk through nature reconnects your senses with environments that shaped human evolution. Many studies suggest that close relationships are one of the strongest predictors of long-term well-being. The famous Harvard study of adult development has followed people for decades and reached that conclusion repeatedly. In plain English, your brain may value connection more than accumulation. Ancient humans could not survive alone. Belonging mattered as much as hunting skill. So the search for satisfaction may partly be a search for security and companionship. Modern culture often tells you to chase bigger rewards. Your biology quietly asks for something older. It asks for belonging. It asks for meaning. It asks for trust. Sometimes the feeling that something is missing is not a demand for more things. It is a signal to reconnect with people, purpose, or place. The paradox is that satisfaction often arrives when you stop treating it like a prize. You cannot force a sunset to be more beautiful by staring harder. You cannot force friendship by measuring it. You cannot force contentment by buying one more object. The ancient machinery inside your skull still wants movement, but it also evolved to appreciate safety after danger. It evolved to enjoy warmth after cold. It evolved to treasure company after loneliness. Your dissatisfaction is not an error in the system. It is evidence that the system was built for survival rather than permanent bliss. The modern world gives that system more targets than it can ever finish. So your mind keeps running. And yet, every now and then, it pauses. It pauses during laughter. It pauses during curiosity. It pauses during quiet moments when nothing needs to be won. In those moments, your ancient brain briefly stops searching, and the feeling you call satisfaction finally has room to appear.